It's the night of the year where the best of the best take each other on. It's the 2022 FAFL All-Star Game, and we're in Sydney for this year's festivities. I'm Kerry, and I'm joined as always by my commentary partner, Aiden Harrison. Aiden, how does it feel to be here tonight in Sydney?
Pretty good, it brings me back quite a bit, mate, Back to the days when I was coached by the wonderful Alan Hurley. Bit of a deep cut there, huh?
Definitely. But hey, more Alan Hurley's always good in my book, so let's have a quick look at the teams here as we have a look at the Northern All-Stars to begin with, and we have got on the back line Oliver Whitehurst from Perth, Andrew Davis from Orange, and Rickie Morrish from Fremantle. And on the half-back line, we've got Winston Howell of Darwin, Regis Salvatore of Brisbane, and Rachel Boseman of the Gold Coast. Anything on the back line that kind of interests you, Aiden, at the moment?
Well, you ask me. I'm going to be looking at Boseman. She's probably one of the names that stands out the most to me there.
I would agree there. Certainly a big name in the Gold Coast backline this year, and I think she could make a good impact. Another name I'm looking at is Winston Howell. He's really made a name for himself this year up in Darwin, and I think tonight he's going to want to show the world just how good he is. And going on to the centre line, we look at Milo Yates from Cairns, Aaron Wheeler from Perth, and Zach Ruggles from Fremantle. And I should say this, Aiden, this is very much a centre overload for the Northern All-Stars. Not only do you have Wheeler and Ruggles, but you have Adler too on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, it does definitely speak to the talent they got in that position.
Absolutely, and looking at the half-forward line, you got Jacotine, McDaniels, and Venäläinen, and Northern All-Stars seemingly trying to go for the best of talent strategy here, and which might cost them because we've got several players out of position as well. I mean, looking at Jacotine and McDaniels, they're both centre half-forwards, so this is going to be very interesting indeed, in my opinion. And on the forward line,
That'll all be a question of can they play nicely together? That will be the deciding factor right there.
Yeah, I would agree there, Aiden. And onto the forward line, Jervis Janson from Cairns, Brendan Murphy from the Gold Coast, and Jonathan Van Middlesworth from the Gold Coast as well. He's gone from being a disappointment to an all-star. Just, man, like this is a turnaround that's got to be up there with some of the greatest turnarounds we've ever seen, Aiden.
A little, honestly, like I hate to I hate to point to myself, but reminds me a little bit of me.
I can agree with that, Aiden, very much. I think this might be the best turnaround story since you, honestly. Like, to go from being almost dropped to being an all-star, that's got to be that's going to be great work there from Van Middlesworth there.
Oh, and indeed. I just took that Winton's owner is not in the building at the moment.
Yeah, I noticed that Henry McGregor is not here, and I think we know why. But on to the followers, we've got Austin Warner from the Gold Coast, Sammy Hodgson from Cairns, and Rocker McNair from Fremantle. And bringing up the interchange, we've got Seth Savage from Cairns, Ashlyn Adler from Darwin, Lula Millward from Cairns, and Dane Kemp from Darwin. The veteran gets one last go of it. I think this is a pretty good feel-good story right here, I must say.
Yeah, I mean, let's just sit back for a second and, really admire the fact that he's still playing at this caliber at 35.
Absolutely. Probably not many people can do that, and honestly, he's probably the best older player in the game at the moment out of the ones that are currently still playing, and I think knowing that this might be his final go-around, this is honestly a great deal to see him here. So, moving on, we are going to be having a look at the Southern All-Stars, and looking at their lineup, we've got Rhea, Wade, and Marsden. So Hillary Rhea, Andy Wade, and Ricky Marsden. It's interesting to see East Sydney get a few people in this team despite how they've been going this year. I mean, suffice to say, Aiden, it's not been a very pretty season for East Sydney.
Yeah, hey, I've cried a bit once or twice over some of the games they've had this season, but being here, seeing roosters like me, make it does make it a bit better.
It definitely does, and I think there's a lot to be proud of here for Rhea, St. Clair, and Bristol. But moving on to the half-back line, we've got D. Ashcroft from Hobart, Christopher Burrell from Melbourne City, and Henry Soap from Melbourne. Very much a bit of a line here that I think there was more from necessity than actually being able to pick, because I think these were really the only three that they could really honestly, realistically go with.
I hear you there. I mean, obviously Ashcroft is a lock, one of the best-known defenders in the game at the day and age.
I would agree.
Yeah, it was like, take your pick.
Yeah, exactly.
No knocking on him, though.
Mm-hmm. I'd agree on that. On to the centres. We've got Faith St. Clair from East Sydney, Maddie Clay from Geelong, and Jay Samuelson from Adelaide. I think the key there might be St. Clair and Samuelson. I think both of them former Willing Trophy winners. They're going to have to work well together if the Southern All-Stars are going to win this, in my opinion.
Absolutely. You've got you got a bit of bit of the future, a bit of the present there, between Samuelson and St. Clair, respectively. It's a beautiful pairing.
Absolutely. This is the thing with the All-Star game. You get to see pairings that you'd never see elsewhere, and that's certainly one that I think I'm really looking forward to. Onto the half-forward line, we've got Amy Marsden of Adelaide, Nina Hivers of Wellington, and Sam Sargent of Melbourne. Certainly a very interesting line there indeed. And you have a bit of a story about Nina Hivers, don't you, Aiden?
Yeah, I did notice that she was going to be sporting a bit of a different number tonight due to seniority rules, shall we say?
Yes, we do have seniority rules here for the players here. The players who have played the most games in said number get the priority. Meanwhile, the ones that played the least amount of games out of the people with the same number have to change it. And with Nina, sadly, she's had to change it to number 4 because Derek Bristol takes priority.
Exactly. Hello. It's been interesting seeing how the number 3's kind of followed her from a junior league Guernsey to being drafted third overall in a class to then wearing number 3 in the league up until this very All-Star game.
Exactly. Number 3's been a very lucky number for Nina Hivers, so tonight she's going to have to hope that number 4 can provide just as much luck, because it's going to be a tough game out there. Meanwhile, on the forward line, we've got Rickie Nimbus of Geelong, Derek Bristol of East Sydney, and Delilah James of Hobart. So, very much a pretty decent forward line there. And then following it on with the followers, we've got Gunnar Crimmins of Adelaide, Dixon Cartwright of Melbourne, and Tyler Summers of Wellington. And bringing up the interchange, we've got Callum Murray from Melbourne City, Douglas Goleen from Adelaide, Xandra Strange from Hobart, and Zach Everett from Wellington. Aiden, who do you think's going to get the edge here at the moment, just looking at the sides?
That's a very tough one. I mean, my instinct is kind of saying going with Southern because they've got the best pair of wings there. You got Nimbus, who's a big gun, and you got Crewmans, who's just been incredible.
Exactly. I mean, Crimmins has been incredible despite being the backup. He's managed to get in here mainly through good play as a backup, and then when Coetzee went down, he's managed to be really, really good in the ruck line. So very much hats off to him. He's played a great season so far.
Oh yes, absolutely. I mean, the door was open just a crack, and he stormed right through it.
Absolutely, indeed, Aiden. But I think I have to disagree with you here and go with the Northern All-Stars. I think they just have the more star power here, and I think that might be very hard to overcome, to be honest. So, both of us got...
I will say this.
I'll
say this.
Right,
one thing they may have in their advantage is... the number one seeded team to pull from as well, so...
Exactly. I think they've got number 1 and number 2. In fact, I think a lot of the top teams at the moment in the top 8, the Northern All-Stars can pull from. So that's going to be very interesting indeed. But very much, I think we're both going to have to agree to disagree with who's going to win this. But the players are getting ready, so we're about ready to head out to the ground here. So let's get this game underway as we wait for the players to come out. Conditions here, pretty windy and overcast, but hopefully the rain stays away for the rest of the night, Aiden.
I agree. It's not perfect, but we can work with this.
Absolutely, indeed. I can agree with that as we get ready for the players to come out. As the crowd very happy to be here. Last night, the Legends game was a pretty good game, but tonight it's a main event, so we're going to have to see how these players do. And as the Southern All-Stars come out here, very much a decent team on paper as they get ready warming up.
Quite a colourful team too. I mean, you could see Ashcroft's gloves from like a mile away there.
Absolutely. I think if you look at the boots and the gloves, they're a very colourful team as the Northern All-Stars come out, and again, a lot of colourful boots in that. I gotta say, I think a lot of the players these days really like their customised boots.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen boots go from a necessity to a fashion statement, no doubt.
Yes, especially since your time, Aiden.
Yeah.
As the captain's coming in the middle for the coin
say.
toss. And both captains looking to try and win this. It looks like Gullian's going to get the choice of heads or tails. And he'll go, and we'll be going to the right of screen. So we're almost underway here, Aiden.
All right.
Let's get this
Here
game underway.
We've all been waiting for this. We've all been waiting for this with bated
breath.
And we're off.
We're off, hit out underway, and
outgoing.
We're gonna have another ball up here. Very much. Oh, high tackle there. Very much.
Pick it up. Get tackled. Oof.
Jeez, it's very much been a scramble.
Yeah, number one thing you taught, don't go for the neck.
Exactly. Very much a mad scramble to try and get the ball at the moment. Both teams wanting to get something going here to begin with. So, a lot of nerves, Aiden. A lot of nerves.
Prior, so we're getting another ball up here.
Exactly. And McManus kicks it out. Who's going to get this one? It's going to be St. Clair.
Told you. One of the best wing duos out there.
Finds a tandem wing in Samuelson. He's going to try and get it to Marsden, and Marsden will get it. So the Adelaide teammates working together here. As Sargent gets his hands on it, he's going to go long. Will this be our first goal? No, it won't. It'll be a behind.
It is a behind.
It'll be the first behind on the board, and at least Sutton are on the board.
What? Yeah, you know what? You got to appreciate someone having the gumption to do that.
And what is Andrew Davis doing? Plays on, gets caught, and now the Southern All-Stars are going to get a good shot here at goal.
Now I think we're starting to see why maybe Orange only got the one rep.
Yeah.
And they missed, and they chose wrong.
Yep.
Perhaps.
And Samuelson gets the first goal of the game. Southern All-Stars up by 7 now.
Yep, that's something you expect out of a willing trophy winner right there.
Exactly. Tight angle 2. Manages to thread it through. It's exactly what you want. And the Southern All-Stars currently leading by 7.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They just take that kick and frame it.
Exactly. And we're back to the ball up here. And who is going to get it out? It will be the Northern All-Stars. They try to get something going here, but they've...
Pick it up, get tackled. Pick it up, get tackled.
Can Murphy get his hands on the ball? No, but Middlesworth can.
Middlesworth's got it. And he's got pretty good position, I'd say.
Yep, I'd say good angle, good position. Can the redemption story get the goal? Yes, he can.
He does.
Good first goal by Jonathan Van Middlesworth tonight.
You're going to make me cry here, mate. Come on, Middlesworth. You're going to make me cry here, mate.
Oh, my God. Jeez, I think I need to go a little bit easy on the enthusiasm, but I keep interrupting my partner at the moment.
Hey, it's all right. I think we're both quite hyped here, mate. Absolutely.
Feels like it's been ages since we've done this, but hey, That's just what happens with the FAFL. You're always looking forward to the next game you're calling.
Yeah, the time away just makes it sweeter.
And
kick out nobody, and oh, who's gonna get this one?
Ruggles will.
Okay.
The first transgender player in the
Good luck
FAFL
right
will kick it long.
And good on him.
But finds rear instead. Certainly been an interesting pace so far, Aiden.
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, they're not really... Like, they're giving up a bit, but they're not giving up much at the same time either. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Both teams playing pretty smart football, as I must say myself, as Millwood goes long!
Okay.
Oh, Bristol trying to go for the big specky, but fails.
Okay. But then again, gutsy plays. That's what you come to the All-Star game for.
Exactly, as Yates gives it back to James, and James has a chance for a goal here.
Looking just like Van Middlesworth's position.
Exactly, and like Van Middlesworth, she gets the goal, and the Southern All-Stars go back up by 7.
My gosh, even the hair is bright.
Yeah, well, I believe that she's a turquoise parakeet, if I'm correct. I think a turquoise green parakeet, if I'm right.
I mean, like I said, one big revolution sure has been like the fashion revolution here in the FAFL.
Absolutely, a lot of players willing to show, very much willing to show their emotions on their sleeve along with their passions. And a high tackle there by Cartwright, that'll be a bit costly. As they try to get it through there.
And we got Venäläinen. Alright.
It's only been 10 minutes of game time so far, and it's been pretty even at the moment, just the way we wanted it.
Right. Exactly. That is exactly what you want. It's not like some other ones where they've been absolute just blowouts.
Exactly.
Although, lest we want to end on another tie.
Yeah, well, at least I can tell you this so far, that's not going to happen. If it does get to a tie by the end of regulation, we will be having extra time, so no more ties. You're going to have to play on if it's tied at the end of regulation, as Bristol gets the mark there.
Ooh, that was a beauty right there.
I agree there, Aiden, and honestly, if I'm either of these teams... If I'm either of these teams, I'm really wanting to finish this up by regulation, because it can get very, very tiring if you keep playing extra time. As Garlene tries to thread the needle, but can't. He's a bit rushed there, I must say. As Ashcroft gets the ball, kicks it long to a pack. Aiden, this is kind of becoming a very pack-based football at the moment, if that is a term. And we get the ball up there to Warner. We're going to be back to the ball up again. As try and go over the head out again. Crimmins gets it out there, but it's very much a congested game plan at the moment from both. Very much tackle them down as soon as you can. And I'll get my partner will be back momentarily. As McDaniels tries to throw it through to the forward line. And Ashcroft gets it, kicks it long to the boundary line. Is this going to go out of bounds? Yes, it will. And it'll be a throw-in. Synchronized jumping training there by the Northern All-Stars. Well, sorry, the Southern All-Stars on the sideline there. Very interesting training, I must say, but it's all that's happening here at the moment. So throw in here. Here we go. Handball off again. And it's very much handball city at the moment as Hodgson gets the mark and decides to play on very quickly. Bit of a mistake as Marsden gets it. But McDaniels is going to go long here. Is this going to be a goal? No, it's going to bounce into the post. Very bad bounce there indeed for McDaniels. Not the best of luck there. And play on is the call right there by Marsden. Kicks it to Murray. Murray gets caught throwing it, but it's going to be advantage play on. As McDaniels... Oh, rough conduct by Samuelson there. That's pretty costly, I must say. As it's going to be a long kick. Very much handling it there. Wade gets it off. Tries to find Pack, but can't. As it bounces off. Can Murphy mark this? Yes, he can. And it looks like he will go for it from this very tight angle. But if there's a guy that can kick it, it'll be him. As he tries to go for it, but hits the post again. Very much not what he would have wanted there. Here we go. There's going to be another kick in. Wade gets his hands on it. He's going to bomb it long to Strange. Southern All-Stars trying to kind of open things up a little bit and just get the ball moving. As Ashcroft gets it, and we're back to the middle again as they're trying to cross left and right to just try and break something open here. Again, my partner will be back in a minute. I don't know what's going on with his end at the moment, but we will bring him back when we can, as it's a high tackle, and Savage gets the free kick. Morrish marks it. He's going to kick that long into a pack. And McDaniels hands it off to Howell. Howell's going to run with it. He's going to try and find Van Middlesworth. He's going to go for it. And he'll slot it through. And that's the Northern All-Stars up by 1. Great play from Howell and Van Middlesworth right there. Just textbook example of how you play the game right there.
Oh.
Yep, you're back.
Oh, I'm back.
Yeah, you're back. Don't know what was going on there, but hey, I managed to keep it all going, so we're all good. Van Middlesworth got a very great goal before, so certainly he's playing a great game out there.
Yeah, I did not realize that my mic was just... yeah, someone needs to get the IT guy in here.
Yep. I think you can tell that maybe the people who wired up this place before this game needed to perhaps work a little bit on it.
Yes. But anyways, getting back onto the game, you're all right. This has been a game of facts.
Exactly.
Fair to say.
And very much another hit out from the boundary line. Oh, high tackle from Burrill. That could be costly.
Oh.
Strange with a great mark there.
Uh-oh. Yeah. Oh, that is beautiful. Ooh.
Absolutely. Ball kind of going everywhere here. People trying to get handballs going, but geez, look at this play from the Southern All-Stars, and look at this great play.
Oh. Whoa. We just see that?
Yeah, we just saw that. That is a great play there, stringing a lot of handballs together, and then Marsden gives it the finishing touch. Great play. This is why you come to this game.
Yeah, especially in a tight pack like that. Jeez. Had about half the players on the court around there.
Exactly. Half the players on the field right there. Could have been very costly indeed, but they managed to pull it together, and thanks to that, they're back up by 5.
I'm going to go for it.
Exactly. And Ruggles will get on it and get around the 2 defenders, but it's going to be down to the Rockfurs here. Who's going to mark it? It will be Warner.
Get it? All right, that worked out. Worked out for them.
It worked out for them, and they're going to try and cross it around and see if they can break something open here. And they think they found something. But it's going to be too congested
They
again.
salvage it only to... Yep. Pick it up, get tackled. Pick it up, get tackled. Oh, that was a couple of very bad tackles right there.
Absolutely, but great tackle there by Callum Murray.
Time for a ball
how
up.
you do it. Yep.
Time for a ball up.
Exactly, and we're going to get another ball up here. Just both teams playing hard, uncompromising football at the moment.
Said, don't give as much as a centimeter.
Exactly, and back to a pack here. And oh, that's some great play there. I think that might have been Millwood.
Big pack here. Who's going to come away with it?
It's going to be Goleen. He's going to go long, and that's going to be a goal.
Oh, whoa. Again, that took some gumption there, and that was almost a touch behind, but he got it.
He got it, and it is out to 11-point margin for the Southern All-Stars here. And things are looking good for them at the moment.
Yeah, not the worst margin to have, so we've still got plenty of a game here.
Exactly, as Goleen gets a drink here. Very much deserved.
Well earned one of that, might I say.
Mm-hmm. And here they go. They're going to go again here. Chances Murray finds James. And we might be getting another quick goal by the Southern All-Stars here.
She's going to go for it. I'm telling you right now. She is going to go for that.
No, she is not. And she's found Everett, who's now found Murray. And I don't know
going to lateral.
Yep. And Murray caught throwing the ball, so maybe James should have actually gone for it like you said.
Yeah, just perhaps. Or even Everett could have done it, but... Oh well, can't think about it now. Just gotta keep going.
Gotta keep going. Can't think of your mistakes. Just gotta...
And kick out too.
Keep going for it as Clay takes it.
A bit of a tough one, but doable. Gonna lateral though. Yes. Summers gets it.
And he's gonna go for it. Summers is confident here. He's gonna try and go for it. And that's another one for the Southern All-Stars. And this margin's starting to kind of blow out a little bit here near the end of the first.
Yeah, starting to break away a little bit, but luckily it's only the first quarter. So, plenty of chance for this to be a game.
Exactly, I agree there, Aiden. And again, just some of these players are really putting in their best at the moment, which is exactly what we want to see. So we've got a bit of challenge.
Hey, a lot of players don't make the All-Star game. Sometimes you only make it once, so you got to make the most of it when you get it.
Exactly. And Everett gets it out, finds Murray. Murray's been pretty hard to stop as Whitehurst gives away the high tackle, and this could be costly again.
Jeez, looked like he almost clotheslined him.
Yeah, poor Maddie Clay there. At least she's all right. As Amy Marsden will take it.
Marsden with a good mark there.
Yep. And she'll find Cartwright, who I think will go for this one because he's at a...
Yeah, it doesn't get more prime than this.
Exactly.
Exactly like the Middlesworth pick.
Exactly, and there's another one. They're really pouring it on in the end, near the end of the first here, the Southern All-Stars.
They've just been pinning them down in the 50, if you think about it. That's what they've been getting.
Exactly. It's been very much very good. It's been a very good... Jeez, I'm stumbling on my words here. It's been a very good effort here from the Southern All-Stars with how they've been handling the ball.
I'll take a second. It's fine, mate.
Yeah.
You'll take a second. It's fine, mate.
Yeah. And Samuelson on the bench at the moment, so...
Taking just a bit of a rest.
Mm-hmm. And again, Everett's going to try and find someone, but Davis to take the ball there. So besides that first mistake he's made, Davis has been very alright so far.
Bit of a risky kick, but it went through to Boseman. Boseman, should say.
Boseman. But siren sounds. And very much the Southern All-Stars in control by 23 points at the first break, and Aiden, it was very much a game that's pretty much been decided by the past 5 minutes, I must say.
Right. You do see a lot of games that come down to that. They've just been living in the 50. That's what they've been doing.
Exactly. It's been all inside 50 for the Southern All-Stars so far, and I think the stats tell you the story, honestly. Inside 50s, it's 9-7 to the Southern All-Stars there, but I think the disposals also tell the story. 37-70, very much massive ball control by the Southern All-Stars so far, and that tells your story right there.
Yes, that tells you depths. It tells you, scores and scores right there.
Exactly, and looking at the major bowl winners, it's been Rickie Marsden, Tyler Summers, and D. Ashcroft mainly winning it for the Southern All-Stars, with a very even spread with goal kickers. We've seen 6 separate goal kickers so far for the Southern All-Stars. Meanwhile, you look at the Northern All-Stars, it's been Jonathan Van Middlesworth and nobody else.
Yep, they've been riding on his boot pretty much, but they obviously cannot keep doing that if they want to make this a game.
Exactly, they're going to need people like Murphy, McDaniels, Venäläinen, Jacotine, and Janson to lift here, because it's just, you can't rely on one person to win you the game here. So, I agree with you there, Aiden. As we almost are ready to get underway with the second quarter, any predictions for the rest of the match?
I'm going to kind of see how this plays out to halftime, then maybe we'll have a bit of a clearer picture there. Not fair?
Yeah, that's fair. I would agree with that, Aiden. I think we should wait until halftime to see what the full picture is, but at the moment it's not looking good for the Northern All-Stars, I must say that. As we get underway with the second quarter here, a lot of rotations as a lot of people coming back on after the break. And, Hodgson should have probably gotten that off there.
Yep, now it's just pick it up, get tackled, pick it up, and get tackled.
Exactly, as Samuelson hands it off. Here we go, Marsden, chance for it here. She'll get a free kick, but that could have been very much like we just saw before the end of the first quarter right there.
Yeah.
And she'll slot through the first goal of the second quarter, and
yep, goes through smooth.
This is getting a bit out of hand now.
Just a hair there, mate.
7-1, 43 to 2-2, 14. Jeez, the Northern All-Stars really need a goal on the board now, because this has been very much an unstoppable stream of goals so far for the Southern All-Stars.
Yeah, even just one, that can completely shift things.
Exactly, it's been 5 straight goals so far for the Southern All-Stars, and high tackle from Clay. Could this open something up for the Northern All-Stars?
You got your opportunity here. Don't choke it.
Exactly, and it's not going to be a mark, but
boy.
Van Middlesworth trying to get something going, but he gets fended off right there. As Howell, he's going to try and go long here. McDaniels with the mark, but can Janson get on it? Yes, he can!
Oh, yes. Shown why he is one of Cairns' stars right there.
Exactly. Can Janson get the goal here? He must. He will!
Spindleshanks gets it. Nice.
The Cellar Spider lifts when the team needs him the most. That's the first goal for the Northern All-Stars after 5 straight to the Southern All-Stars. So it is back to 23. It's still a bit of a margin, but if they can get something going here, they could be easily back in the contest.
Indeed. As much as I may have bet on Southern, it's like, okay, Northern, you got your foot on the gas, keep driving.
Exactly, as it's a bit of a handoff there. Janson gets it off, hands it off, and that will be Van Middlesworth on it.
Well, I mean, whose boot better to go to? Though he
Exactly.
does have an opportunity if he wants to kick out.
He does, but he'll go for it and get number 3.
He wants it, and he's got it. Ah.
God, I think there's a lot of regret from the Wellington board now for getting rid of this guy, and I think, to be honest, if I'm Henry McGregor now, I'm probably on the next plane to Wellington right now, because I don't think he'll be able to watch this.
Yeah, agreed. I would be just in shambles.
That's the 3rd goal so far this game for Jonathan Van Middlesworth as we're back underway.
Cartwright gets upon it, and he's going to out to... Oh!
Rough
Yep,
conduct
pick it up,
from
get tackled.
Wheeler.
Oof. Mr. 76.
Yep. Very much an interesting story there. The highest number in the game. Allowed to keep it, so he'll probably be rocking that for the rest of his career, because I don't know who else will be wearing 76.
Correct. I mean, also in Kansas, Battison, I believe his name is. He's got number 51, I believe.
Yep, he's got number
Bryan
51.
told me she let that slide. Bryan told me she let that slide because she was just sick of having to sift through so many plays and so few numbers to go around. Made her job a little easier.
Exactly. I hear that a lot from coaches. They really do not like having to pick numbers for players. So if the player makes it easier for themselves, then so be it.
Like, yeah, we can make a little concession for ya.
Exactly, and we've got a couple of changes right here, so it's going to get a bit interesting. But it looks like we've got Kemp and Everett in the ruck. Both, I would say both are pretty much top rucks in the comp at the moment, so it's going to be interesting to see how they go against each other. And
then we got a spoil there, then a tackle, another tackle.
Yeah, very much been... It's when both teams haven't got control of the ball, it's been very much deliberate... Oh, that's deliberate out of bounds there to Ivers, so that could be costly, but you are right. It's been a very much a congested game when both teams struggle to have control of the ball. So it's going to be who can handle it the best, as that's very easily to Yates.
Yates.
Haven't seen much of him tonight.
Oh, we just did. Kemp. Alright, they've got a nice little chain here going.
Yep, Salvatore, can they keep it going? Savage can't hold on to the ball, though, and that's...
Oof. Although they could get it back here in the pack.
No,
so that is going to Cartwright. Cartwright just getting paws all over the ball.
Yeah, I can absolutely agree on there. He's been very on the ball tonight, and that's what the Southern All-Stars have needed. As...
Each had it for a minute. Looked like they had it again.
Throwing the ball from Salvatore, that is very blatant. He's been tackled down, throws it. Jeez, you'd think that a guy of his expertise would know not to do that, but desperate times call for desperate measures, I guess.
But then again, I remember a couple Star games ago, we had, 3 or 4 plays in a row just kick the ball on the post when they were kicking it in.
Exactly, as Ashcroft gets a behind here, and it'll be 4-2 to 7-2, so an 18-point game at the moment, halfway through the second quarter.
Yeah, it seemed a bit like they're trying to keep pace with Northern there, at least, in this quarter as far as kicking goes, but they got a little desperate there.
Exactly, and I think sometimes you'll want to try and weave magic out of something that you just can't do. I mean, sometimes you just can't get the ball to go where you want it to.
We got quite a cluster here.
Absolutely, as Hivers comes in and kicks the goal.
You got Wellington's golden girl right there.
Absolutely. We were talking about the fact that she's wearing number 4 instead of a usual number 3, but that doesn't seem to be a hindrance to her. She kicks her first of the game.
Yeah, maybe doing a little good. Not that I'm telling her to switch numbers, just seems to be doing good for tonight.
Exactly. As she's playing a very good game so far. As that's her first, she's talking to Andrew Davis at the moment. I wonder what they'd be talking about, Aiden. I mean, you've had conversations with opposition players before. I mean, you've probably had the entire spectrum of chats with other players.
Oh, of course. Especially when I was on the Roosters, I was a little inconfident and still kind of learning what I was doing. So I was like, hey, how do you do this? Or what makes a banana kick so special? And I remember I would get very detailed answers, and I would jot them down after the game.
That is good, but I don't know what was going on with Ruggles there. A bit too spicy with the kick,
Oof.
which left Janson with not much room. So there was a chance for a score there, but kind of blown by overjuicing that kick, I think.
Yeah, just a hair.
As it
But
looks...
hey, this is All-Stars. You go for the gutsy play.
That's true. That is true.
But gutsy and stupid are two different things, like when they just handed it to Ashcroft wrapped up with a bow.
Exactly. I mean, it was gutsy, but just a little too much sauce on the execution there.
Jacotine here.
Jacotine trying to go from downtown by the looks of it. He's going to bomb it long. It's not going to get the distance, but Murphy will be there, finds a teammate, and he'll be right in front. This is going to be an easy shot at goal.
Oh yeah, this is pretty much just cake. Or cookies, as Jay Samuelson would say.
Exactly, and he gets it. It was very much unlikely that he wouldn't get it, so it's 1 goal, 1 for him so far. Back to 18 points. Much needed goal for the Northern All-Stars and for Murphy, I think.
Indeed, and sure, it skewed a bit to the left, but hey, it went through the big post, so that's what counts.
Exactly. The Red Fox, very happy about that now. It's taken him a while to get into this game, but if that can get him into the game, watch out. That's all I'll say.
So yeah. Truman's kicking out to a pack, and North seems to come away with it.
Absolutely, and they're wide open here. Murphy, chance for 2 in a minute, as he's gotten a high tackle and get a free kick.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent goal position.
Absolutely. Can he
We've
slot
seen
it
this picture
through?
a few times tonight.
And into the post.
Oh, he just whiffs it a bit. Yep.
Wind might be playing a bit of a factor here, I think, considering that he's normally a very good shot at goal. The Squid gets it in Callum Murray. He's going to try and kick it, but finds Wheeler instead. Oh, jeez, a bit cossy there, but Davis, can he make some magic here? Yes, he can!
Ooh, okay. We've got a match.
We've got a match in our hands, and Orange's only representative in this All-Star game has just kicked a goal, and is very much showing maybe we've been underrating them a little bit this year.
I suppose maybe Orange is a little tough because maybe not so much like stars, but it's kind of a class act there.
Exactly, and I think the thing is, you look at their major stars, and they haven't exactly had breakout years either, so I think it's been more of a collective team this year than in past years.
Exactly. I mean, they're not like the Cairns Corals who have managed to be both somehow.
Exactly. I mean, it's going to be hard to stop them come the second half of the season, I think. And especially finals if they keep this up. As Adler's got the ball and will try and find Hodgson, but Hodgson can't hang on to it.
Hodgson had for a second, but just slipped.
But Adler's got it and will find Van Middlesworth very easily. And that was...
to kick it to, and he kicks to nobody.
He kicks to nobody, and it goes out of bounds, but he's very lucky that wasn't deliberate, because that didn't look like it was going to anybody, and normally you call deliberate on that.
Yeah. Yep. Lights on, but nobody home.
Exactly. They heard him knocking, but they couldn't come in. As it's a deliberate out of bounds from Zach Everett there. Jeez, that could be costly. As Jervis Janson with the ball right here. On a tight angle.
Yeah, that's a problem. You get ahead and you start coasting, you get sloppy.
Exactly, as Wade manages to make the stop right there. Which is very good for them, but this could be...
stop they needed.
Exactly. Bit sloppy with the ball there, but they've managed to make it work so far. But Jacotine onto it, but they get to him, and they've managed to get it out of there.
Big old pack here. He's got to pick up the crumbs, and
Yates hands it off to Savage.
Another pack here.
Finds Wheeler. Wheeler's going to go for it, and he's going to get it.
Oh, he gets it. Oh, yes.
I think we've got a 5-point game here, if I'm correct.
Yep.
Yes, we do.
We got a game.
We have got a game here. 3 minutes and 35 left in the second, and it's down to a kick here. So after what looked like the Southern All-Stars getting a bit of a run on, the Northern All-Stars have brought it back.
They got a run of their own. Seems like they kind of heard my advice.
They must have, as this has very much been great play from them so far. As the Southern All-Stars need to get something going here now. They've let a lead completely slip here. As Wheeler takes it again. And...
where does he want to kick out to?
He's going to try and go to...
Paxich here.
And...
North does pick up those crumbs, though.
Yep. And a short kick there. I don't know what Burrill was going for there, but Samuelson onto it, so... very much a lucky instance there.
Big lateral.
Yep.
Summers got a paw on it. Where's that going to go? Oh.
St. Clair to James. James is going to try and go long to Bristol here, and he'll get it.
Oh, that was nice.
It's been
was a finer chain than the most expensive jewelers.
Exactly, and that allows Bristol to get into the game. One of the top goal scorers in the league this year. Very much a much-needed goal for him, and that brings it back out to 11 points.
Yeah, they took quite the kicking, and it looks like they finally woke up.
Exactly. It's been very much been a kicking from the Northern All-Stars so far for most of the second, but the Southern All-Stars getting a much-needed goal right there. Chance to go for it again. Jacotine had a chance at it, but got stopped before the ball even went anywhere.
Yep.
Also, someone might want to fix that scoreboard over at down the Northern All-Stars end there. It's got the time all wrong and everything. I don't know what's going on there. I think it might have broke last night, if I recall.
Well, I think the tech guys are quite a bit of pranksters, if you know what I mean.
Exactly, as Janson goes for it, bombs it in. Great goal.
Smooth.
Back to... they'll be back to 5 points in it. Just, man, this is getting really close now, Aiden.
Exactly. Like, Southern thought they were nice and comfy, but then North just said, hey, we're still here, you know.
Exactly, and very much there is a chance here if the Northern All-Stars get a good hit out here and a good string of plays here that they could go in with a 1-point lead at half-time. As they seem to be doing.
That'd be intriguing.
Very intriguing, but here we go. Venäläinen trying to find someone. Can someone mark it before the siren? No, they cannot, and it'll be a 5-point lead to the Southern All-Stars at half-time.
Oh.
Oh, my God. Great quarter there, I must say, Aiden. I'm looking forward to this second half.
Oh, that was beautiful. Even though I said otherwise, I'm glad Northern finally found the petrol.
Exactly, and looking at the stats, it's still the Southern All Stars with great disposal, with a great lead in the disposals here. But if you look at the clangers, I think that's showing you how the game has gone. They might be getting more disposals, but they're being a lot more wasteful with them, and that's probably what's costing them so far. They still lead, but by the way that the Northern All
Yeah,
Stars are going, they're being a lot more effective with it.
right. I mean, they're going for these big flashy plays, but they're getting incredibly sloppy.
Exactly, I would agree there, Aiden. Just, it's very much been, they're trying to, I think they're getting too cocky, they're trying too hard to make plays work, and at that account, they're getting really sloppy with it. I mean, I know you want to make the highlight reel in this game, but at some point, it kind of becomes a matter of, do you try and go for the big plays, or do you just try and keep the margin? And I think at this point, they might as well try and keep the margin, because they keep doing this, they're going to lose this.
Yeah, and they have basically no room to screw up right now.
Exactly, 5 points. That is a small margin indeed. And looking at the free kicks, the Northern All-Stars have gotten more of them, 10-6. I think that fits your description of sloppy play from the Southern All-Stars. Not only are they being ineffective at their disposals, but they're giving away a lot of free kicks that they probably shouldn't be at this point.
Case in point.
I mean, going back to kind of an example there, I think Zach Everett gave away a very stupid, deliberate out of bounds there. Like, he's nowhere close to the line, rolls the ball over. That's deliberate. It's just, I don't know what the big American was doing right there.
Yeah, it's like you see stuff like that, and it's just like, come on, what are you doing?
Exactly.
Get it together.
And I agree on that. Going to the major ball winners, and Tyler Summers making a really good case for a best on ground at the moment, but same can be said about Jonathan Van Middlesworth. He isn't leading the major ball winners, but he's making his disposals count. 3 goals so far. Just a great overall redemption story for that guy. He's really showing on the big stage that he can cut the mustard with the best of the best.
Oh yeah, like I said, I do see quite a bit of myself in him.
I agree with that, but Hodgson winning the ball a lot. The rookie from Cairns really having a great season here, and is really showing why that team has turned around from being probably the big struggles of last year to the unstoppable team of this year, because you look at that and you just say that she is probably one of the brightest young talents in this league at the moment.
Exactly. You can see exactly why Timmery Bryant decided to trade up for the pick to get her.
Exactly, and what might be Hobart's loss is definitely Kansas' gain right now, so looking at that, and you look at the margin so far, it got out to about 20, I think at least, I mean, looking out, I think, okay, it's hard to kind of read this squiggle thing here, because I'm not really great at reading it.
Yeah, I can read words but not lines, so it's like, yeah, it seems like at one point it was just shy of 30.
Exactly, I would, by that, you look at that and I would agree with that, but like, you look, there's been a big gulf there on the way of the Southern All-Stars, but then you look near the end of the second, that's almost completely gone. That tells you how bad they've really handled this so far. Like, they had a big lead and they've let it go.
Exactly. They had the foot on the gas, but they did not keep going. They just coasted and left the door open.
Yeah.
Northern's about to walk through it.
And I think I see someone flying a plane with a message over the ground at the moment, and I don't want to read that because I might get in trouble for reading it. So let's just say plane are going over the ground.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Then if I said that, I'm sure Sheena would slap me.
Yep. Jeez, I mean, like, after last night, I don't think you need any more trouble.
Yeah, fair to say.
Exactly, and we're about to get underway with the second half here, so any predictions for the second half, Aiden?
As much as I may have, put my mouth behind Southern winning it, I think this is where Northern really starts to bust through the door.
I would agree with that. I think the Southern All-Stars really need to get their heads in the game right now, and if they don't, they will have coughed up a big lead. So, gonna be interesting as we...
Yeah, clean your act up, Southern.
Exactly.
Clean your act up.
Clean up your act as we get underway with the third quarter here, second half underway. Who's going to get the advantage here as we start the second half? It'll be the Southern All-Stars with the hit out, but again, Northern All-Stars getting something going here. Straight to
Ruggles
McDaniels.
Out and yeah, what I said about okay, is nobody going to call encroachment there?
I don't know, and they probably should have, as that's a behind. I don't know what the umpires are doing this game. Someone tell them that, yeah, you can be lenient in this game, but not too lenient.
Yeah, you don't go right on top of someone like that. No.
Absolutely not, as it's now a 4-point game.
And we got...
Wade gets it off. Jeez. They're playing the pace that they want the Southern All-Stars right now.
Yeah, I think they're finally slowing down a little bit, trying to just actually take their time and do things right.
Exactly, and that's the way you want it, but Viril's going to play on very quickly there. And will that cost him?
And they broke it. Oh, boy.
Yep. Viril, very much costly there, as Ruggles is tackled. And Aiden, this is very much what they don't want. They very much need to string something together here, the Southern All-Stars.
Oh, and a kick to nobody, but Samuelson picks up the crumbs, and...
Bristol gets it, and that will be a behind.
So we're back to 5.
Yep, Back to 5, and he's not too happy about that. He thinks that he should have gotten a goal from it, but son, I'll tell you, that was a very tight angle. Don't beat yourself up too much on that.
Yeah, don't get too hard on yourself over that.
Exactly.
I mean, we know Samuelson did it earlier, but not everyone has to.
Not everyone has to kick from that angle. And whoa! That was almost a great specky right there.
Oh, that would have been beautiful.
Absolutely, indeed. I agree with you. But will this give a chance to the Southern All-Stars to take something? No, it will not, as Yates is right on it. As Hivers hands it off. Cartwright tries to hand it off to Summers. Summers gets the goal.
Ooh. Oh. There we go.
No, wait, that's Nimbus, sorry.
Oh, Nimbus. I say.
Sorry.
Ricky Nimbus, one of the bigger names when it comes to the forward line.
I think I'm so used to Summers having 23 that I got them confused.
Right, I understand.
That just tells you...
Summers has been surprising, though.
Yeah, he's been one of the better players this game, and... Yeah, he's 25 tonight, so that's what's been throwing me off.
There we go.
Ivor's chance for it, goes for it, gets it.
Hey, I don't think number 4 is too bad for her either.
Exactly, a quick goal there by Hivers, and now the Southern All-Stars have come out swinging.
Yep, that woke them up, I think. Just about losing everything.
Exactly, I would agree with that, and they've finally put their heads back in the game, and they look ready to take back control. As we get another ball up here, Aiden, and I think the Northern All-Stars have to get something going and quick at the moment.
Indeed they do. They need to stop here and then get it out. Although that was a bit dodgy.
Yep, very dodgy indeed. It'll be another ball up, and both
good old
benches.
throw-in.
Yep, good old throw-in, sorry. But it looks like both benches really warming up at the moment, which is good because you really want them warmed up.
Yeah, we're definitely in a unique situation with our sport, with like such a short bench and like how non-stop the play is. Like everyone freaking matters.
Exactly. It's gonna be the ones on the bench that win you the game. And Summers gets the goal, and I'm correct this time.
Oh, that was a good one. Ooh.
Very good one indeed. He's making a very good case for winning the Teddy Wilson medal for the best on ground here at the moment. He's kicked a few, he's getting the ball a lot, and that's a great goal right there.
Yep, from number 25 for tonight.
Exactly. Another great goal from him. He's really showing us that he could be a potential future leader of the club in Wellington, because he's really taking the opportunities that he's gotten tonight and making really good use of them.
I mean, you got Summers and Hivers. Like, think of that young pair just sort of like developing, growing together on that team.
Exactly. And Nimbus is going for it from downtown. Can he get it? He's not going to get the distance.
I'd expected of him to try this.
Yep. Won't get the distance, and Yates gets the mark.
Right. And Savige has it, and Yates again.
Yates again finds Ruggles, who almost finds someone,
not
but
quite enough there.
Not quite enough.
Had a finger on it, but nope. Pick it up and tackle, pick it up and tackle.
Exactly. At least they made the stop before it could have been really costly. I mean, Northern All-Stars, they had a good thing going in the second quarter, but it's kind of whittled away now. St. Clair, chance for it, is going to kick it to Bristol, her teammate. And Bristol, chance for another one.
And again, we've seen this spot several times.
And he slots it through. SCG very much his home. If there's a guy that's going to slot it in...
a bit of a close one.
Yeah, very much a close one. But if there's a guy that's going to slot it in here at the SCG, it's going to be him. He knows this ground back to front.
Exactly.
But Aiden, it's out to 29 points now at the moment. What the hell has happened?
Is this game just going to teeter-totter? Watch we get to the fourth quarter and Northern's just going to, like, break it wide open again.
Well, we will have to see, but they just have to get something going here. That's what I think, because they've lost all the momentum that they had, so they're going to really need it.
Get that one goal that could shift things. That's all they need.
Exactly. And Ruggles, can they get it out? Yes, they can, but Murray's the one to get it. So Hodgson coming on for Ruggles, and I think that might be for the best. I think Ruggles has had a bit of a rough night.
Just a hair.
And Clay bombs it long. Yates, surprisingly, the last line of defense tonight.
Yates got it. Yeah, the star wing just playing, making every big defensive stop that they've needed.
Exactly. As Salvatore tries to find McDaniels, McDaniels can't hold on to it.
But that was an ugly pack. Exactly. And we got another pack here, and he's got it up. No one has it. And
Wheeler is going to find someone open. Janson trying to go for Millwood. Millwood can't mark it, though.
No prior opportunity. We got the ball up here.
Here we go. Can Murphy make some magic? No, he cannot. But can McDaniels do it? Oh, throwing the ball.
Oof.
can't blame them for trying to make something work with that much of a pack on you, but sometimes it's just not going to work. As Boseman gets pinged for throwing the ball.
Remember, everyone, this is Australian football, not American football.
Yes, we're not throwing it down the field. You're not a quarterback.
Yeah, the Samuelson we have is Jay, not Pam.
Exactly.
Well, except for, last night.
Exactly. I mean, but yeah, this is getting really interesting because players are just throwing the ball left and right at the moment.
A lot of, as they'd say, lateraling it.
Exactly, and that's just way up in the air looking for a pack, and luckily Adler's on it. And Aiden,
we got Wheeler here.
Yeah, we got Wheeler here, and Aiden. They're really trying to string something together here, the Northern All-Stars. They're really, really trying at the moment, but it just looks like
they're trying to take a little care, but it seems like right when they get to the last part, they just drop it.
But Millwood with a chance here.
This could be something. Millwood been quiet. There'd be a chance to make some noise.
And she's got it. Much needed goal there for the Northern All-Stars. Right. And Lula Millwood, the moving from Perth to Cairns during the off-season, really showing that she has something to prove right here, right now.
Indeed.
Honestly, probably one of the biggest acquisitions that I think Cairns managed to get during the off-season. She's really helped stabilise that forward line.
Yeah, they had a lot of money to play with, so they just threw most of it around. Oh, hey, they got some good stuff.
Exactly, as Van Middlesworth comes back on as Kemp does not decide to even go for the contest in that one.
Intriguing. I've never seen that tack before.
I haven't really seen it much either, but it is a strategy. I suppose they're trying to create more openings, I guess. So I suppose if you've got him back open, I mean, that can create some opportunity.
Interesting theory, yeah. I could see that working.
Exactly. As we go for another ball up here. Everett gets it out, but Salvatore onto it, so the Northern All-Stars will get the advantage. As Hodgson marks it. Could this be the beginnings of another comeback here?
Maybe. I did say. Could be where they just break the door open.
Yep. Jacotine tries to find some, but only finds Ashcroft.
Yep. And that pesky Lynx.
Exactly, but the Caracal gets it back, Aaron Wheeler. Zach, get out of the way.
Encroachment.
I tell you, these guys just don't want to ping any of these players.
That's where some of these refs need to be, crash coursed again.
Exactly, as Nimbus plays on and finds Cartwright. And the third quarter coming to an end pretty quickly here. We're down to the final 4.5 minutes here. And out in the full from Cartwright. What was that?
Ooh. A bad idea. That's what that was.
Absolutely.
Or it was just to waste time. One of the two. I honestly can't tell.
As Howell tries a handoff to Ruggles. Ruggles can't keep a hand on it. Nimbus gets it and finds Sargent.
Oh. Yep. Another very quiet player, probably looking to do something, finally.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a pretty good chance at it.
Yep, and he's got it. Sargent with his first.
Right through.
And Southern All-Stars back out to a 29-point lead. And Aiden, this is
where we were out of.
This is just looking a little bleak for the Northern All-Stars. They can't get anything going, but we will have to see if they can do anything in the fourth quarter. But
right.
As they say, third quarter is the premiership quarter, and Southern All-Stars have made the best use of it.
Absolutely.
Absolutely indeed, as Clay gets it off. Is this going to be another one? Nimbus gets it. Oh,
He's gutsy. He's gutsy.
He's gutsy. And it's into the post. So it's out to an even 30 now. It's 9-4 to 14-4 at the moment. Very accurate game, I must say.
Indeed. You expect that from, higher end talent here.
Exactly. So a lot of these players know how to get that ball through the middle, and it's really showing the scoreboard at the moment. As we get another ball up here. Aiden, just what are they going to need here as James goes long, and it's out to 36 now.
Whoa. That was incredible.
Incredible indeed. Great snap off the boot. Let's see that again. From outside the 52. Man. Just...
Whoa. We're actually seeing this. We're actually seeing this.
That's going to be goal of the weekend so far. As this is getting a bit ugly here. I mean, if the players keep pulling stuff out like that, I don't really care what the final margin's going to be. Just keep giving us stuff like that.
Yeah. I think with that kick, Delilah James might have put herself in talks for best on ground.
Yeah, I think she might be a good shout for that. So it's going to be interesting how the selectors are going to vote on this. But very slow game indeed from the Northern All-Stars. This strategy of having two centres and two centre-half forwards on the ground, I don't think's really working, as we can plainly see.
Yeah, they're not quite gelling.
Exactly. I have not seen much from Jacotine tonight, and it's just been one of those games where I think Ruggles is having a rough night, and Jacotine has gone completely quiet.
Right. Well, then again, looking at Ruggles, you're pairing up with arguably the best wing, in the league at the moment in Jay Samuelson.
Exactly.
And that is a rough order, especially if you're out of position.
That is a very rough order, as Van Middlesworth is going to try and go for his fourth. I don't think it's going to get the distance. It is not.
Just shy.
Exactly. With 16 seconds to go in the third quarter here. Siren about to sound. We get another ball up here and maybe a quick shot at goal, and that might be it.
Give us something. Give us something.
And siren sounds, and it will be a 36-point game at three-quarter time. And, geez, I might be a little rusty, guys, but hey, we're having a good time. So, just...
Oh, we sure are.
Yeah, this has been very much the Southern All-Stars quarter, and now the Northern All-Stars are going to have to do what they did in the second quarter, and that's claw their way back into this game. And the thing is,
right,
they've only got 30 minutes to make a name for themselves here, and I don't know if they'll get it. I mean, yeah. Aiden, your thoughts on that third quarter?
Well, it was basically a repeat of the first quarter, in a sense.
I can absolutely agree with that. And looking at the stats, they very much back that up. Disposals, like for the Southern All-Stars, are way higher. Uncontested's way higher. You look at the marks, that's a big change there, 56 to 83. Very much the Southern All-Stars controlling the game exactly how they want it right now.
Yeah, that is insane. But yeah, now I think Northern has a very difficult question to ask. Like, do they just rush it and kick up whatever the heck they can, or do they try and actually play smart?
I think that's going to be a big question for them during this break. They're going to have to really figure it out and just go for it, I think. And looking at the players at the moment, Summers very much looking the best. 2 goals, 17 disposals. I think he's probably the main person in the running for best on ground at the moment, Aiden.
Yeah, I would agree without looking at the numbers here.
But yeah, very much. Summers controlling the ball a lot. 2 goals to him. Only person close to him's Aaron Wheeler, and he has not done as much as Summers has done tonight. I think this might be the beginning of the legend of Tyler Summers potentially here. I don't want to get too carried away, but this guy's putting up a very, very good case tonight.
Yes, indeed they are. Yes, indeed he is.
Yeah, I tell you, that guy...
I mean, I did not expect to be saying a Tyler Summers is going to be, like, the best. But, hey.
Exactly. I thought we'd be seeing someone else lifting that mantle, but Summers has taken it by the horns and is now running with it, and that, I tell you, jeez, his blunters next week are probably going to be coated in gold. The way he's going, like, he's the gold standard this game. Probably deserves to have gold blunters.
Exactly. I mean, hey, if you got an achievement like that, you may as well celebrate a little bit.
Exactly. We're out to the biggest margin all game at the moment. Can the Northern All-Stars claw it back, or will it be the Southern All-Stars who hang on and win? Aiden, we're about to find out as the fourth quarter is underway here in Sydney. It's going to be an all-out fight to the end. Who's going to get it? Let's see.
Here we go. Northern already trying to make some big moves here.
Exactly. Baril.
Southern does scrape it up.
McManus tries to get it to Ruggles, but finds St. Clair instead. And Aiden. Uh-oh, here we go. Feels like we're seeing this a million times tonight.
Oh, yes. Indeed we have.
And Ruggles is going to kick it back to Yates, and they're going to try and open something up here. He's going to go long, try and find Adler, I think that was. If I'm correct. No, that might not have been Adler, but they were trying to find someone, couldn't find him.
Sometimes.
Yep. Yeah, especially when there's so many players going around and there's so many packs. Really hard to tell at times. As we get another ball up here. Here we go. Samuelson tries to find someone, finds Crimmins, and he'll line up for goal.
You've got that old butcher bird connection there.
Exactly, and Crimmins puts it through to put the Southern All-Stars in the triple digits. That is the last thing the Northern All-Stars wanted.
It's the last thing any team wants, unless you're the one in the triple digits.
Exactly, it's out to 42 at the moment. I mean, this hasn't exactly been the best contest I've ever seen for the All-Star game, but it happens. Sometimes you get these, and we're just seeing how the Southern All-Stars are really, really clicking at the moment. And ball up again. Aiden, any thoughts so far?
Not quite yet. I mean, there's still some time to go. So.
Hivers!
But again, it's been that. Whoa! Yeah, it seems Southern wants to make quite the statement here. Exactly. That's goal number 3.
Yep, goal number 3 for Hivers. Oh. Really making a name for herself tonight. I think tonight what we've really seen is that I think some of the Wellington players that have gotten into this game are really showing how good they truly are.
Yeah, and in a way, it's like going forward, it's like Hivers, Summers, they are to be feared.
Exactly, and Zach Everett's put his best foot forward tonight as well, so if they can take this momentum from this game and implement it into what Wellington are doing for the next 11 weeks, well, let's just say Wellington will be a team to watch, I think.
Indeed. I think they kind of found their a couple of the cornerstones here.
Exactly, and they're proving to be the cornerstones of this team right here, as Adler gives away a push in the back here, so it's going to go back to the Southern All-Stars here, so this is very much becoming something we've seen a lot here as Baril goes long. Can someone get on it? No, they cannot, but Nimbus sockers it in! What a goal!
Whoa! Whoa!
Exactly. It's out to a 9-goal lead. I think the Southern All-Stars are going to win this, but man, they're at least being entertaining while doing it. Like,
that is true. That is true. We've seen every manner of crazy kick.
Exactly, and I tell you, Rickie Nimbus, great talent for Geelong. They've been struggling this year, but he's certainly one of those players that they'll want to hold on to if they're going to go through a rebuild.
Exactly.
Yep. As here we go. Soap, I think, kicks that one long. Haven't seen much of him tonight. But Nimbus tries to get it. Sargent, there's been a rough conduct. And they're gonna play advantage on it, so no penalty there. As it's a long bomb to the middle. Rocker McManus finds it and is gonna kick it to Venäläinen, and another player who's been pretty quiet tonight.
Yes. Indeed. We wish saw a little more of Venäläinen. Another big acquisition came.
Exactly. And I mean, my man Aiden perhaps having a...
Hey, sometimes it happens.
Yep, it happens. You're having a little bit of trouble with a bit of stuttering here, but hey, it's not too bad. We can still hear you as Janson gets it. Another Cairns acquisition here. He's probably been one of the better players of the Northern All-Stars tonight, I must say.
Indeed. He is definitely showing that he earns his keep. Even if that was a doink.
Yep. Even if that was a doink at the post, he's been showing that he's at least been pretty reliable tonight. And there's about a little under 13 minutes to go here so far. Very much Southern All-Stars in control yet again. I don't know if the Northern All-Stars have even won any of these All-Star games, because since we've brought it in, it's been a draw, and I think 2 wins to Southern, and this is going to be number 3, I think.
Right.
So...
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is going to be a question of not will they, but when will they eventually break that?
Exactly.
Tonight, I don't think.
It probably won't be tonight, but Millwood gets a very long goal there. And oh, into Samuelson! What's that about?
I don't know. He's normally quite gentle.
I don't know. Maybe Millwood is a bit of a watch this. I told you I could do this. But again, it is back to a little under an 8-goal lead here for the Southern All-Stars with 12 to go. I can't see the Northern All-Stars winning this one from at this point. But stranger things have happened. But
right. I mean, right. Exactly. I mean, we somehow saw Cairns win with 4 injuries and no one being able to rest.
Exactly. We saw them do that for a half. We saw Fremantle win a grand final the exact same way for about a quarter. So we've seen stranger things, but just the way this game's been flowing, I just don't know how the Northern All-Stars are going to win it. And frankly, I have to admit I was wrong here. I think you were right, that just the Southern All-Stars just had a better mix.
Indeed.
Indeed. As Crimmon's coming on for Everett. I mean, Aiden, who's your pick for the player of the game so far? Because I think we're just going to kind of be talking a little bit while this continues, really.
Yeah. Um, I'm, 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 I'm gonna say Tyler Summers. I'm gonna say Tyler Summers, mate. He's just stood out in, ball winning and kicking, so it's kind of got the full pack of goods there.
Exactly, I would agree with that. He's been on form tonight. He came out firing. He's kept up that momentum, and he's really put people to the test. But I think if things are a bit closer, I think Van Middlesworth would be a good shout as well.
Yeah, I would mention him as well. Sure, that's not out of bias.
Exactly, I'd agree with that, but just very much not been their night, except for the second quarter. There is Nimbus gets another one. God, they can't be stopped at the moment.
It's just like, yeah, I'll take another, why not?
And it is a 60... Jeez, that's about... I'm trying to count... It's a 63-point game at the moment, I think. Or... No, wait, no. 53, sorry. God. I think you can tell I'm not the best at math, but 53-point margin at the moment.
Alright.
Yeah?
A lot to overcome.
Yep. 53-point margin at the moment. Very much Southern All-Stars in control here. So kind of keeping an eye on it. Strange finds Everett. And Everett, I think you gotta say that besides that deliberate out of bounds, he's been pretty good, Aiden.
Yeah, he's been solid. Not gonna, rock your world, but he's been pretty good.
Exactly, and I think if you look at this, I think if you're someone like Wellington, this probably gives you hope for potential in finals if these pillar stones of your team can play like this in front of the best.
Right, they just gotta sort of unlock that. And I think tonight was a great showing of what they'll get if they can achieve that.
Exactly, I think if you're Harry McGregor, you're probably not happy with losing Van Middlesworth, but at the same time, you're probably very happy that your players are doing pretty well. So he'll be happy about that. I think he'll be talking with Kelly Jennings, and they're going to be trying to figure out what they can do to unlock their full potential. Because tonight really shows that with their full potential, they can do really, really, really well.
Exactly. They don't need a dramatic rebuild like, say, Cairns had. They can go with an organic one.
Exactly, and I will agree with that, as pretty much the ball has mainly been stuck in the center. I think the Southern All-Stars are putting it on ice, and the Northern All-Stars just can't get anything done with it, so it's kind of been like that for a while, as Murphy tries to zero it in on someone, but it just won't go. As Soap finds it, kicks it long. Can Van Middlesworth get on it? No, he cannot. And it's back to the Southern All-Stars.
Hack. Pick it up and tackle, pick it up and tackle.
Exactly, Aiden, exactly. Very much, not exactly been our most exciting game that we've ever called, but these games do happen. And Rhonda McDaniels with the long one. Jeez, I think that's very reminiscent of what James did earlier.
Oh, yeah. That was... let's get a look at that real quick, actually.
Yeah. Ooh.
Oh, very similar in fashion.
Very similar in fashion, and that's her first goal of the game. They really could have used that earlier, but hey, at least she's on the board, so she'll at least have something to look back on in this game. With about 4 minutes to go here. And Cartwright. Oh, God. Savage with a mark, but he gives away a push in the back, and now Amy Marsden's going to have a shot at goal here, so that was pretty costly, Aiden. And just been their story of the night, really.
Yeah. Yeah, they just really want to give away that window dressing.
Exactly. Morrison gets a very easy goal, and it'll be 24-124 to 11-5-71 with about 3 minutes 25 to go.
Ouch.
Yeah, this is just... Besides that second quarter, the Northern All-Stars have really been lacking that flash, I must say.
I will agree.
And honestly, I think there might be some there'll be a change with how they probably do selection next year, because I think the way they did it this year has really cost them.
Yeah, it was just... I agree, mate. It was just a bit slapdash and haphazard, almost.
Exactly. I think they wanted to try and go for pure star power, but it just has not worked. I think you just have to go with people who can play their roles pretty well. And I think those have been the players that have really shone for them tonight. I mean, Janson, very much a role player, but he's really showing that he can play pretty well in said role.
I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, he is excellent. He's not the biggest star, but he is excellent at what he does.
And he'll get a much-needed goal
that.
late in this. So that will be his third. He's been probably their best player besides Middlesworth tonight, and I think... Honestly, if I'm Cairns, I'm pretty happy with that.
Yeah, a lot of reason to be.
But honestly, I think there's a lot here that just, I think for them to get their first win in these All-Star games, they're going to need to really try something different here, because last year's strategy didn't work, this year's strategy certainly hasn't worked, and it's just... been one
Agreed,
of those.
Mate. It just seemed... Right, agreed, mate. I mean, they went for all that... Oh, what's the term I'm looking for? High-end talent.
High-end talent, exactly. And as we're seeing, high-end talent can't just win you the game. You gotta gel well, and I just don't think this team has really gelled well.
And that's pretty much the case in point tonight.
And to be honest, I think part of it is that I think they're lacking leaders. There's no Rudy Walker in this team, and I don't think there's even a single captain from any of these teams here. As Venäläinen goes for it and gets it, another late goal here. They're really doing well in garbage time, but it's just not going to do much.
Like I said, everyone just kind of wants the window dressing. Just say, hey, I did something.
Exactly, and I think... we're at that point of this game, and... I mean, Aiden, this is like... I think next year they're going to really want to bring in some more leaders on this team, because this team seems a bit rudderless tonight, honestly.
Yeah, maybe not rudderless, but maybe perhaps too many rudders and too many directions.
Yeah, that's a nice way to put it, as Hive is going for number 4! There, she's got it! And she's had a great night.
Yeah, I think 4 can work just as well as 3 for her. Fair to say.
Exactly, and this could put her in contention for the Teddy Wilson medal. I think she's leading the goal kicking, and we will have to see what the selectors think of this, but I think she's in the running with Summers here, and hearing that is probably like catnip to the ears of Wellington at the moment, that their two of their players are in the running for best on ground.
Yeah, I'd agree there, mate. Probably eases the sting of, seeing someone they cut make it.
Exactly. I mean, it's... as Clay tries to go for it, can't find anyone. And that's going to be no prior opportunity. 26 seconds left. It's been a very dominant game from the Southern All-Stars. They've done everything they needed to do. They've taken on the big star power of the Northern All-Stars and shown that they can do it with perhaps less star power but a better team overall. It's going to be a great win for them. Siren sounds, and the Southern All-Stars win their 3rd All-Star game in a row.
Yep, they have. Yep, they took it in domineering fashion.
They're going to be out in the town in Sydney tonight. Meanwhile, the Northern All-Stars are just going to be wondering what went wrong, but I tell you, the East Sydney Heroes get their win on their home ground, and are going to have a great night tonight, I think. Just Aiden, what a great performance by the Southern All-Stars.
Yeah, fair to say that was a bit of a masterclass.
Exactly. Final scores. The Northern All-Stars 13-5, 83. So the Southern All-Stars 21-4, 130. Very accurate game from both teams, but in the end, there can only be one winner, and it was definitely the Southern All-Stars. And you look at the stats, and they tell the complete story. 258 disposals to 189. You look at the handballs, the kicks, and then you look at the marks, 102 to 78, and then possession, 56% of the entire game, and then the hit-outs, 50 to 27. Just, in all the key categories, they dominated, Aiden. Just, wow.
Yeah, and despite the heavy clanger count.
Exactly, they are really showing that sometimes the clangers don't matter as long as you make everything else work, and that's what they've shown tonight, that you can be sloppy, but if you're making things work, it really doesn't matter. As we head to the ground for the presentation of the Teddy Wilson Medal, the winner is Maddie Clay.
What?
Maddie Clay.
Whoa.
A bit of an upset
Nike.
there. I'm going to have a quick look in the stats, Aiden, just to have a quick look. And looking...
Yeah, let me see those real quick as well.
And if we look at disposals... No, wait, that's the wrong team. If we can look at disposals... Okay, I think Summers might actually... If I'm honest, I think Summers probably should have won that one.
Yeah, looking at the stat track, it is pretty obvious, mate.
Yeah, I think the selectors have... I think actually, I'm hearing word that actually the selectors have given the wrong envelope, and a bit of a blooper here in Sydney. They've given the wrong envelope here, and poor old Maddie Clay, she has not won it, and it is actually Tyler Summers who has won it. So, oh god. I mean, we talked about the players and the Southern All Stars going out in the town for a few drinks. I think the selectors have already been on them.
Yeah, they've probably been through a case by now.
Exactly. And Tyler Summers, the winner of the Teddy Wilson Medal, and I think they're gonna have to give Maddie Clay something, I think, just for that.
Yeah, they gotta do something.
I think if they're not gonna give her a medal, at least they could at least give her some compensation for it, I guess. I think she'll get a pretty good payday out of this.
Yeah, I'll just give her a ribbon or something, I don't know.
Yeah, they'll give us something, but... Anyway... It's been a great game to do, Aiden. Let's just have a quick look at the other stats here. Just Hivers with 4, Marzen with 3, Nimbus with 3. Just great all-around game from those forwards.
Yeah, absolutely excellent. Well, I can see why they thought maybe Maddie Clay was, because she was one of the major winners of the ball, so I can see why there might have been a little confusion there.
Yeah, I can see why there might have been a bit of confusion there, but certainly I will say this might not have been the best game, but it was at least quite fun doing it with you, Aiden. Southern All-Stars win 130 to 83. Aiden, it's been great having you.
Been an absolute pleasure, mate.
Well, I've been Wes Kerry.
And I'm Aiden Harrison.
And we'll see you next time on FAFL Grandstand. Southern All-Stars win 21-4, 130 to the Northern All-Stars 13-5, 83.